Hello, Simmers. Welcome back to the Plumbob Cafe podcast. I hope you got some water, tea, or coffee ready for today's episode because it's going to be a lit one. Not gonna lie, there's a lot that we gotta cover and it's gonna be kind of polarizing. So hold on to your seats, all right, Simmers. I'm your host, Morbid Gamer, and we are back with another one. So in today's episode, we're gonna be talking about some Twitter drama that's been going around again. It's always on Twitter, man. Sims 4 is going strong, apparently, to new data and stuff, the information that's come out from one of the Sims gurus. So we're going to be chatting about that. Discover University gameplay dropped, and it's been very polarizing. Not only that, but we've gotten some more information on Twitter from some of the gurus, and it's been very polarizing to see the different sides, one or the other. A lot of debate going on, so I just want to really dissect it and go into it. So without further ado, let's just get into it, you guys. Alright, my lovely Simmers, welcome to today's podcast episode. We have so much to go through and I feel like it's going to be a lot. So strap in and have your tea, water, coffee ready, especially at some point you're going to get outraged by this. Hopefully not, but you never know. But yeah, sip some of that tea, some of that water and just simmer down. Just kidding, you get it? Because simmer, we're Simmers, the Sims, simmer down. I'm so good at killing jokes, aren't I? Anyways, so delving right into things, you guys, there's been some Twitter tea that's been really polarizing, you guys, going around the Simmer sphere, and I want to bring it up just because I think that this is really fascinating. It's not more about stirring up the pot and all of that, because I don't want to do that. I don't want, hey, I'm not going to mention this person's name. I'm not going to mention any names in this because I don't believe in hate. I don't believe in yes, criticism is always allowed. I don't deny that fact. It's just when people start being rude and messy and naming names, it's just, it gets to be a lie. We don't condone that kind of behavior around here. No. Anyways, but criticism is always allowed. You can criticize what I say too, so it's fine. All fair game. It's cool. Anyways, so let me give you some context because you don't even know what the heck I'm talking about. Anyways, so on Twitter, there is a game changer that went ahead and created commissions, promotional commission prices, a spreadsheet, the whole enchilada. They have prices for different platforms that they're on and how much they would charge you for promotion for whatever it is that you needed, whether it be a video, a gameplay series, a mod, CC. It's if you needed it, you paid for it, there it is. So in theory, I think this sounds really interesting to me. It really does, especially the day and age of the internet and where we are today. It's not that far-fetched. It's interesting because we're in the simming community, which I'll bring up a little later. But I think that this is not that crazy. And when you really hear it for what it is, which is promotion, paying somebody for promotion to promote your stuff, it doesn't sound that far-fetched to me, at least. Because if you look across Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, wherever you go, even step out the door, if you're walking around right now, you're in your car, you're driving, look around you. Everybody is trying to sell you something, right? Because they're trying to influence you so that you can buy stuff, so you can look at it, what it is that they're selling to you, or what they're trying to get you to buy, what it is they're trying to get you to get. We live in we're a consumerism society. I don't even know if I said that right. A capitalistic society where it's just the way that things work. So today on social media, everybody and their mama is trying to sell you something, right? If it makes it okay or wrong, I don't know. That's debatable. That's for you to, I guess, figure out. Personally, I think it's fair game. This is nothing that we've really seen before, where we have people on the up and up, regular people, you and me, you know, that live our day-to-day lives. We're not celebrities. We're not billionaires, but people who live their day-to-day lives and can become huge or big or on the comeuppance on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, wherever, Twitch, gain a following, and now people and companies see that as marketing, as a marketing tool, because you have influence, right? You've created this kind of, community around you, and you have influence over that. Now, I'm going to get into it a little bit, like the bad aspects of that, the good aspects, and I'm just talking about like how it is right now, right? And I don't see anything wrong with that. I don't see anything wrong with companies paying for that influence to try and sell something. Now, I think it happens way too much on the bad side of things. Like, I think it happens to the point where people just take anything and everything, especially the people that don't care about their audiences. Like, that happens, you know? Not everybody does this, but it happens. People will just get anything and everything, endorse whatever, take sponsorships left and right that they don't even know about, they don't care about, to try and make money. I don't think there's anything wrong with trying to make money. You know, we live in the real world. I don't know what world you're living in, but this is the real world where it's a dog-eat-dog world. You gotta make that money or else live on the streets, you know? Go live out there. You gotta make money, man. It's hard out here, especially for creators. Especially. And if you're a creator, you understand what I'm talking about. Sometimes is it CPM on YouTube is low, man. You might not even be able to cover some rent, bills, a car insurance payment, whatever it may be. Which reminds me, I should make my car insurance payment. Anyways, but that's the truth of the matter, right? And you gotta take what it is that you love and turn it into a business, and you got to work your butt off to be able to make ends meet, which is the truth. Now, I'm not saying that you should go ahead and abuse it either. Like, there's people that I think are not very transparent. I think they take whatever sponsorships or anything deals that they can get, and they go ahead and run with it. Whether they believe in it, like it, whatever it may be, they'll take whatever. And so I think that's where there's so many, it's not a black and white issue. I think it's very gray. And there's a lot of right, there's a lot of wrong. And that is definitely wrong. Now, back in the day on YouTube, I remember when people started taking sponsorships and deals and endorsements and whatever, and it was so frowned upon. It was super frowned upon. People did not like it. They're like, oh, you're selling out. Oh, you're this and this. You're just trying to sell me things. This is shady. Like, what are you doing? And now things have the tables have turned, man. If you don't have a sponsorship deal or like an endorsement, you're not seen as legit. People are out here faking sponsorships. Sponsored by, I don't know, Fructis. I don't know. I think that's a shampoo, right? And it's like people have been caught red-handed lying about sponsorships, because if you don't have one today, you're not seen as the real deal. So it's like a double-edged sword, man. I don't know. Anyway, so I think that's the reality of things. And to think that it would never come to the Sims community, I don't know what kind of world you're living in, but I mean, it is bound to happen, right? I think, for example, Urban Sims, I think a couple of, seasons expansion, she got a sponsorship to play the game and try and sell it to their audience. But that makes sense. That is her audience. Her audience is The Sims. She's trying to sell you to play the game and to buy it, right? I don't think there's anything wrong with it, whether you like that expansion or not, or whatever it may be. She's just doing a job. She has influence, and she's just trying to make that coin, and I see nothing wrong with it. Then there's people on Twitch who EA EA, people over there, I don't know who takes care of this or who is the one that's in charge of all this, but I always see people who are not simmers, who are on Twitch and they're live streamers and they have an audience who have the word sponsorship on their streams, and they are paying them to play the game who normally don't play the game. Why? Because they have reached to a different audience that is not the simming community audience, and they want to bring that in. Why? So they can buy the game. Because in the end, it's all about that money, right? It's one thing to be a creator and sell stuff because you love your community, right? Or at least I think you do. I don't know, y'all. But you love your community and you want to make money, but at the same time, you care about them. You're not just going to sell blindly to them, right? You're not just going to try and influence them to buy anything. But these big corporations, that's different. These are companies, man. To sit here and say that they care about you, I think is so false. It's misleading, and I don't want to tell you that because it's the truth. Big corporations do not care about you. They don't. They just want to sell, make money. It's the truth. And I see this a lot everywhere where people are like, or big companies are trying to just cater to you, right? And trying to sell to you because you obviously are very passionate about this, but like it happens all the time, right? Especially with, there's one thing that I can think of, and it's probably really polarizing. I can't believe I'm saying this, but take for instance Disney. I don't know why we gotten from Sims community all the way to Disney. Anyways, Disney with the new, they cast a black Ariel, which is, I think, is great, right? We want to see more diversity. At the same time, I know what Disney is playing. They don't give a fuck about diversity. All right? They don't give two poos about diversity. I didn't want to cuss, but y'all know what I was going to say. They don't care. They saw how much Black Panther made, and they want in on that money. It's fair to say that. It's really fair to say that. Now, when it comes to us, we start our community from the ground up, from a horrible webcam to a horrible microphone. We create videos and whatever it is that you create. You're a creator. I don't know where you create, but like, we're all creators, right? And we start from the bottom up and we work our community and we build that community, and they trust us, and they trust us not to take advantage of that. So that's why it's really tricky. Now, when it comes to this person and trying to sell and promote the sim community and the things that, that we do, whether it be a gameplay, DC mods, whatever, I personally think the way that it's not a far-fetched idea. I don't think it's horrible. Again, they have influence, they have numbers, they have engagement. It's not horrible to like think about, or I don't think it's far-fetched. I don't think it's that wrong. But at the same time, you got to look at your audience, man. That's one of those things where if you're taking a sponsorship and endorsement, if I play Sims and all of a sudden I'm endorsing freaking what's something that's totally out of left field, baseball, that's out of left field, baseball. I don't know. I made that connection right now. And I started endorsing like baseball. Hey, get your baseball tickets today, guys, and help me out. Purchase those baseball tickets. That makes no sense. Why am I trying to sell you this? Right? And I feel like, to be fair, we're in the Sims community. They're trying to promote Sim stuff and sell and use that influence and stuff and commission prices for that for within our community. But I still think this is a different case of, we don't need that in the Sims community because it's just, we don't need it, right? And I'll pull up some examples of people are very welcoming in this community. It's very, people love to extend an olive branch, reach out, do things for free. We love to do things for free. We love to help others. It's one of those communities that's really, it's nice to be in for the most part. I mean, don't get it twisted. People love to paint the Sims community as though it's freaking happy-go-lucky, rainbows, let's frolic through the grass holding hands and sing Kumbaya, because that is not the case. I don't know who thinks that. I don't know why people are like, oh no, y'all are being so negative. Like, there's different views, just like the world, there's different views, and not everybody's going to agree with you. Not everyone's going to like you. Not everyone has to. Not everyone has to help you. Okay, that's the truth. Nobody gotta help you in anything. I don't expect help. I do everything myself, right? But there's a big but. But the Sims community is still a really nice, it's one of the nicest communities that I think that I've ever come across. And we're always trying to help each other. So your audience, I think the audience isn't there for this commissioning people in the Sims community for this. We do everything for free. We love promoting people. I always love to retweet people that I really love, and I think that they have great work. I love retweeting them. And that's what you're doing. When you're retweeting somebody, you're like, I like, you guys, I like this. Check this out. This is great stuff, right? It's like you're trying to get people to look at this person. And I do it all the time. I think it's great. So again, the audience is not here for this. Like, I don't hate them for this spreadsheet, but at the same time, you gotta know your audience, and I do think it came off very left field. It didn't seem right. It's the truth. It's the case. But I think that a lot of people brought up things that I don't know. It's a lot all over the place, and I'm gonna read some tweets right now about people and what they think about all this, about this person charging within the simming community for this kind of thing. It's like I said, it's not black and white. It is a gray area when it comes to doing this kind of thing. But in the Sims community, I just don't think it was needed. Anyways, let me get into some of these tweets, and then I can kind of debate, because obviously I can't talk to anybody while I'm doing this. I don't have a guest or anybody to talk with. So this is my form of kind of debating, being like, yeah, you're true, or I disagree. You know, that kind of thing. So anyway, I'm not going to name who these tweets are from. Just know that I got these from Twitter. Anyways, this person said it would be out of line if this person was doing CC Spotlight regularly and suddenly the creators had to pay for him to continue. As far as I'm aware, it's not the case, isn't it? Twitter is a form of media. I don't see why there wouldn't be paid advertisement. I agree, it's expensive though. So I agree with some of what this person said, especially towards the end, where they mentioned Twitter is a form of media, and I don't see why there wouldn't be paid advertisement, because hello, there's paid advertisement everywhere you look, especially when you look at trending what's number one. Bruh, I always see number one and it says sponsored by Coca-Cola. I don't know, some dumb, or Toy Story 4. And it's the number one trending, even though it's not trending, but they put it on number one trending because they're trying to get you to talk about it and see it or buy it or whatever. You can get what I've been ranting about. Anyways, so I agree that it's not that far-fetched, paid advertisements everywhere, and it's fair game anywhere. I agree it's expensive though. That last part kind of got to me because the prices are, I don't know, I think they're interesting. I don't know where the numbers came from, but they have influence. Why not charge? Everybody and their mama charges a fee when they have sponsorship deals or whatever, endorsements. It's just taken care of on the back end of things. They have a management team. They have people that they go through, managers, whatever it may be. And you never get to see things like this on social media. I've never seen people's rates. So I thought that was very interesting. I don't know where the money the money came from, how much they were going to charge came from. But if this was a company and they were seeking out your for this person, because of how their reach and their range and how much, especially subscribers that they have, I'm like, I don't know, that's looking a little low. If you were going to charge companies for this, I don't know. I think you need to reevaluate this. I actually think it's a little low. But when it comes to the Sims community, I think this would have been great market research. I think that the way this should have been introduced, if it was going to be introduced, was to ask your community first. ask them, hey, how do you guys feel about me creating promotional things and me charging for it? Like, just a thought. You know, if people were like, no, you can't, like, that's horrible, da 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 da, then that gives you a good idea, an inkling that there's probably not a market for it here, you know? If people were like, yeah, like, do it, you're helping us out, and, you know, maybe you get a little coin and we help you out. So then, you know, then you go and you do some little bit more market research and be like, how much do you think is fair? How much do you think that I should be charging? I think in this situation, it probably would have been the smarter way to go about things. Anyways, so here's another tweet by another person that says, I'm a part of this community because the people here are the nicest, warmest, most inviting and supportive people I've ever been around, even though it's all online. Why would you want to charge money to give that love and support back? And I agree, again, with the whole, like, the people that you're marketing to and the people you're trying to reach in the audience. I don't think it was there because of this tweet. Again, I don't know, because it could have been handled differently and maybe it would have been welcome. I don't know. We won't know now. But I do agree with what this person is saying because, again, I think I said this previously about how, like, people are always trying to extend an olive branch and lend a helping hand, and people are very nice within our community. And people do it all the time for free. So, yeah, I agree with this tweet. Now, here is one more tweet that I'm going to read through because I think we've already gone for 20 minutes and that's a very long time to be talking about one subject. Anyways, this person said that, oh my god, there's a lot of pronouns, so if I stutter on my words, just know that I'm just trying to, like, reword this tweet. Anyways, it says, this person is not a promoter, so no, it's not. This person's an entertainer. They work for their audience. You cannot say that this person shouldn't consult the people who enable them to do this job before making decisions. I'm not dictating what this person can do. I'm saying that they should have at least given us a heads up. And I do agree. I don't know about that this person is not a promoter. True, they're not a promoter, but they are an influencer, people with an audience, and there's value in that. And agree, like I've said, don't abuse it, but doesn't mean you can't use it, you know? Don't abuse it. Wait, what did I just say? I had a nice ring to it. Anyways, but moving on. But you're right. You're right. And also, they're entertainers. Yes, we're entertainers, but at the same time, like I've already stated previously, like, refer back to what I've said. We are entertainers, but there's value in that. And we gotta get that coin, man, one way or another. This person works for their audience, which is true. We build our audience. You can't betray that trust. You gotta be transparent, man. And it's like, again, it would have been probably more welcoming to have this person just ask the community, what do y'all think about this? So the idea is not far-fetched, but the way they went about it was probably wrong. Anyways, so I do agree with what this person said. Well, half of what they said, but I thought that everything that people had to say was very interesting. And I think I have this last tweet. I lied about the last one. This is the last one. This person said, I think it's stupid that they're charging people for support, but there are other people doing it for free, which, I don't know about the whole, if you think it's stupid for charging people for support, because if the audience is there and people want to charge, they want to pay for the support, I mean, go for it. I don't know. I think it's fine. But clearly people didn't like it. Well, at least the people voicing this opinion don't like it. I don't know if there's anybody out there. I would love to know and see the other side of this. Because I keep seeing a lot of people that don't like the idea. But I haven't seen anybody of people who might like the idea. Well, actually not really. I think I read one tweet where they were kind of okay with this. I don't know. But I haven't, and besides me, who I'm okay with people promoting this. It's just, maybe it would have been a little, interesting within the Simmons community, because we have never seen that. Again, we've never seen anything like that. So I don't know, it'd be interesting to see the different sides, because it's been a lot of like, oh no, I don't agree with it. So anyways, but there are other people doing it for free. Everybody does it. So, like, again, there's no market for it, I don't think, right now. Or at all. So, that's all I really had to say about it. I honestly found it very fascinating. And I do understand where people are coming from when they say that they don't like this and they don't agree with it. I see it all, y'all. I see it all. I like to see a lot of different points of views. I don't know. That's just the way I am, man. And yeah, take it for what it is. Whether you disagree, agree, let me know. Y'all can tweet me at Jazio, JA3ZIO. There should be a business email on some of the platforms that you're listening to this on. If you're on YouTube, comment down below. Whichever, whatever. But again, no hate. Keep it cordial. Like the criticism, but don't be rude. Anyways, now we're going to move on to the next topic, which is The Sims 4 going strong, man. We've got new stats about The Sims 4 and how things are going. So this could be a good thing or a bad thing, depending on which side of The Sims 4 you're on. So the Sim Guru Graham actually tweeted out, The Sims 4 going strong. The Sims 4 monthly average players are up more than 40% year over year. Neat. So I think that that's obviously a good thing if they're seeing an average player base going up 40% year over year. So that means like every year it's going up 40 and 40. I don't know. How does the math work? Wouldn't you reach 100 at some point? Or like, I don't know how that works. Honestly, I failed math. Anyways, and now I'm on YouTube. So that should show you exactly what it is that I'm trying to get at. Anyways, I think that this is a great thing for people who really like The Sims 4 and the lifespan and the big lifespan that it's had thus far, because it's been huge. By now, The Sims 4 would have been washed up. Like, we've been on to the next had we been following the actual timeline of The Sims and their generations and yada yada. You know what I'm talking about. Like, it would have been done. Like, it would have been deceased. But this generation has been very different indeed. But when it comes to the lifespan of The Sims 4, it's definitely different from past generations. We are on year 5, I think, and I think we're projected to go up to year 6, 7. So that's so interesting to me. But the fact that we have that 40% year over year percentage, I think a while ago they had tweeted out that The Sims was going nowhere, man. They're like, I don't know what y'all talking about, because The Sims 4 is not ending. We're not going anywhere. And whether you like The Sims or you don't, people were like, yay! And some people were like, oh no. Because some people want The Sims 4 to end. Gotta state that side as well. But either whether like that's something that they said, and they said that they were gonna go and keep up with it for another, I think it was at the time they tweeted another like 3 years The Sims had. But at this rate, who knows, man? They clearly are seeing an increase, and I don't understand personally. I can understand, but at the same time I don't, because I think there's this new wave of audiences coming in. Like, I remember playing Sims 1 when I think I was 6 or 7 years old. And, bruh, that's not who the Sims is catered to, right? But I feel like a lot of us think that The Sims 4 is catered to a young adult, maybe even teenage audience, because it's rated T for teen. But I honestly think that a lot of kids are playing this game, and I mean, that's no like shade or anything, because I started playing this game when I was a child, so it's not that far-fetched. It taught me so much about life. Clearly, like, kids are hard. Woohooing. Y'all know that's the first time y'all ever saw anybody like bring up that aspect of life when you were a child. You're like, what are they doing? Like, you know. So it's the player base is growing, and who knows how many more years The Sims 4 has, which at this rate, I don't know if they're gonna plan to keep, whenever it probably declines or it starts to see like a plummet, I think that's when they're gonna pull the plug, maybe. I don't know. This is me speculating, but I think the head over, I don't know who's in charge over at EA, like the main dude, but like there's somebody over there that's in charge of everything, and I think they seem pretty pleased. I think someone had an interview over. I think I saw it on an article somewhere, that, and the head over at EA seemed kind of pleased. I could be talking out of my butt. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong, but they seemed happy about it. So I think as soon as you see a plummet in the player base growing and like it starts to decline, then it's like, that's a wrap, man. Sims 4, you're done. But as of right now, things are looking really good. And whether you like this generation or you don't, I think it's here to stay, man. I think it's here. It's like, hey, I ain't going nowhere. So I think it's a good thing. So far, like, I'm not loving The Sims 4. I love playing, don't get me wrong. I play with so many mods and custom content and, like, stuff like that. And I always look forward to a new expansion, stuff pack, or game pack. Don't get it twisted. Like, I'm still wary. Very wary. But I get excited. So that should be, like, a positive thing, right? I'm wary and I'm cautious, but I'm still really excited over it. So that has to be like, I don't know, that should show that I'm still pretty in likes with The Sims 4. In love? I don't know. Maybe, because it still is part of The Sims 4. It's very weird. It's like, it's not black and white. I can't sit here and say that I love The Sims 4, but it's definitely a gray area where I find myself really loving playing, but at the same time hating the freaking game because it's not what I wanted for this generation. It's totally not what I wanted. The gameplay's not there. It lacks depth. The replayability for some of these things, the interactions. Oh my god, don't get me started on the interactions for The Sims 4. It's just so repetitive. Anyways, but like we're kind of getting off topic. The topic today is very gray, man. It's weird. Anyways, but I just want to point that out. So whether it be good news or bad news, there you go. Now, last thing that I want to bring up is the Sims 4 Discover University gameplay trailer that dropped. There's just so many things, and I think I forgot one thing that I wanted to really mention. But Sims 4 Discover University trailer dropped, and it just showed so much stuff. Also, on Twitter, I think it was some of the Sim Guru Frost, or some of the gurus have been chatting about it, answering questions to you guys, and answering what it is, some of the features of the new expansion, and what it is that it's going to have. And okay, from the gameplay trailer, I noticed that two things that stuck out to me. One was loans. Loans, man. Loans I've always wanted a part of The Sims, because in real life we have loans, and like I really like when The Sims 4 imitates life. Not everything, not every aspect, and that's kind of like a pick and choose what it is that you want. It's really a personalized thing as what it is that you want to imitate life. But I do like when things are realistic. And one thing that's realistic is loans. Loans are a big part of life, and they suck, man, especially student loans. Student loans are the worst. So talk to anybody. If you're a student, you know. If you went to school, well, maybe if you went to school back in the day, you wouldn't know, because school was pretty cheap back in the day. Anyways, you know somebody that's plagued with student loans. And I think that's a big part of university. So the fact that I think they're coming in, because the girl said, she's like, I took out a loan, and because she lost her scholarship or whatever, which, by the way, we get scholarships, and I think we get financial aid, I'm not sure, something along those lines, but we can take out a loan, and there's already a mod in the game of The Sims 4, someone created, I forget the creator is, oh my god, I don't know it right now, but there is a creator who made loans in the game in general. Like, you can take out loans for whatever you want, whether it be going to school, whether it's getting a house, for a mortgage for a house, or you want to buy something and you don't have the money quite for it. Because in the game, it's a known fact that Simmers love to cheat. It's like the way of life. It's like, you know, the training wheels on the bike. It's just something that you gotta go through and you gotta do. Kind of like the setting Sims on fire and like drowning Sims in the pool. It's a rite of passage. Anyways, loans. How did I get from that to loans to that? I don't know. Anyways, going back to loans, and the person who created it, I think that that's just great, because it's a way of life, and like people are always taking out like credit, loans, to be able to purchase stuff, or else you wouldn't really be able to pay for much, or you wouldn't be able to do the things that you want to do because you don't have the money for it. Same goes with The Sims. When we're always cheating, I think it kind of takes away gameplay. I mean, play however you want, but I think that when I cheat because I really want to like purchase a restaurant, or like, you know, I want to take a loan out, get that loan, open up my restaurant and hope to make the money back to pay off, to live, not only live, my Sims to live, pay bills, but also to pay that money back because now I'm in debt to this loan. And that makes gameplay so much better, I think, in my eyes. So the fact that it's coming to Discover University, it's going to be in-game, I think is really cool, fascinating. I think it's very much needed. But what I was hoping is that they were introducing loans to everything, all aspects of every part of the game, right? Because this mod covers all of the game, whether you want a house, whatever, yada, yada. I already explained that. But I want it for all of the game. And I think it's only going to be catered for university and school and college or whatever. Y'all probably didn't find that fascinating, but I did. I really like that aspect of it. Anyways, moving on. The other thing that I noticed off the bat that was really that stood out was, well, of course, loans. But the second thing was parents can take their kids to school, university. There's so many parents that I know of that go back to school. They've had kids or whatever. Life gets in the way, you know? Things aren't just simple. The world doesn't work like that. A lot of people go out of high school and go to university and college. It's usually, that's the main thing. That's the mainstream thing that how that works. But people get older. Life goes on, and sometimes you didn't get into school, or something happened in life, or you had to take care of somebody, or you had a kid, whatever it may be, and then you decide to go back to school. I like the fact that they included parents as well. I think that's really neat and really cool because, I don't know, I want to better my Sims life just because they had a little oopsie doopsie and I had a risky woohoo mod installed and now they had a kid and well, shoot. Now I don't want to say the word, but now, oh well, life sucks. You can't go to university, but you can. So I think that's so great and so neat. Another thing that really stood out was the piercings. Them piercings were huge, man. Piercings look crazy. And I've had CC piercings since the beginning, since the get-go, because CC is amazing. But the CC that I have, I was like, whoa! They look massive for the Sims face. I don't know if that girl's face was just small in the trailer. I don't know what it is, but those piercings do not look to scale. I'm just saying, and I'm putting that out there. I don't know what's going on. Anyways, I'm gonna move on because they look freaky deaky. The dorm rooms, I think in one part of the trailer, I saw that you could see other people's dorms around you, which I found very interesting. I don't know if it was just for the gameplay trailer and they just wanted to show you the dorms around, but is it going to be apartments? We still don't know. I don't know if anybody's answered this. Any of the gurus have answered this on Twitter, but I don't know if you're going to be able to access all the dorm rooms, kind of like on apartments. Will you have to knock, then you get access, or is it all going to be closed off? Kind of like Sims 2, where you could knock on a person's door, and if they were there, they'll let you in. But for the most part, everything was just blocked off, and you can knock it into people's dorm rooms. So I think it might be along those lines, but I could be wrong, because I don't know, maybe they'll just have it available for everybody. But that would be kind of a strain on people's computers, I would think, to load up all those rooms. I don't know. We'll see, though. Now, the next thing is very, very polarizing within the Sims community, and I've seen a lot of people arguing over this, and I'm going to give you personally what I think, but just because I believe this and I feel this way about this doesn't mean that I don't see everyone's perspective. That's totally not the case. I love putting myself in other people's shoes, and I totally agree where people are coming from, but I'm going to talk about this. This is rabbit hole classrooms. People are very upset because Sim Guru Frost announced on Twitter, or at least he answered somebody's question about rabbit hole classrooms. They're like, can we interact in Sims 3, and can we go to people's classrooms with them and interact, sleep in class, ask questions, interactive stuff? Or is it a rabbit hole where you won't see you'll just go off, disappear, and they'll go into a classroom and you won't get to see what happens? And they answered the question, and it so happens that they are rabbit holes. Now, I've played Sims 2, Sims 3, University, whatever it was called, I don't remember. Anyways, but I played with those. Sims 2, I think, it was fun, but it was a lot of just going to class and coming back to the dorms, and it was kind of I liked it. I liked the midterm aspect. I liked the fact that you can hang out with other people in the dorms. It was fun, but it was kind of boring, to be fair, because it was just going to rabbit holes, coming back, midterms, homework, interacting with other people in your dorm. It was just the same old, same old. I don't know. At least how I played, because I was a kid at the time, it was just not fun for me. I don't think it was. I don't really prefer it. That's not my cup of tea. I could still use improvement on that. Then Sims 3 came along, and, we had the open world and everything. It was crazy. And that was fun. But we could see, also in Sims 3, you could see everyone's dorm room, which was cool. But anyways, we went to some classes with some of your Sims. Like, some were rabbit holes, but I think some were interactive, where you would follow them, you would go into the classroom with them. And that was boring. That was also boring. I don't know. If you liked it and you like interacting with your Sim, like, to be fair, I would love interactive classroom. That would be really cool. But that one was just not, it ain't it, Chief. That one wasn't it for me. It was the same old thing. It was just a pixelated freaking professor standing in front of the class, people raising their hands, sleeping if you wanted to. It wasn't it. Like, I don't want that. I didn't like it. I don't want it. I don't need it. If you liked it, fair enough. If you like The Sims 2 one, fair enough too. But it just wasn't for me either. They haven't nailed it yet. Then, now, we get Sims 4, and we don't get interactive classrooms. And Sims 4 gameplay has it's introduced this new system where the gameplay is a little bit more interactive, right? We have Get to Work, we have Get Famous, where it has aspects like this, we have Cats and Dogs with a vet clinic, we have more, I'm pretty sure there's more, but it's introduced this new interactive gameplay. And whether it was cute and fun in the beginning, I have to agree with, I think it was LGR, Lazy Game Reviews. I love his reviews. But anyways, he mentioned that the interactive, like, jobs and, like, everything that you do, it's just the same old thing repeated over and over again. I honestly don't play with those aspects of the game anymore. I don't. Why? Because you go to work, it's the same thing. Go synthesize this DNA. I don't know. I'm just spitting this out of my butt. I have no idea. I forget. Anyways, I don't remember the exact terms. But you get what I'm trying to say. Like, go synthesize this. Go talk to this robot. Go chat to a coworker. It's fun at first, but if you play the game, I guess, it depends on how you play, honestly. But I play the game way too much. I've delved into all of these aspects of the career. It's the same thing over and over again. It's repeated gameplay. I need something where there's a cause and effect. Maybe that would be fun if it affected the world around you, because I think a lot of people have been saying this, like, the game feels very, one-dimensional. I want, like, a 3D dimensional gameplay world where everything around you is kind of affected. So if something like that were to happen, that'd be neat, but that's not what I'm talking about. It's repetitive. I go Get Famous, I go to my job. I don't want to do the same acting scenes. I don't want to go and get a wardrobe change. I don't want to, like, do all this. It's the same thing. I've already seen it done a bajillion times. I don't play with it. I have Cats and Dogs. I have a vet clinic. It's the same thing. You pick up the dog, you go, you examine it, and then you try and figure out what's wrong. Same thing over and over again. Welcome to the Jungle? Jungle Adventure? Oh, yeah, it's Jungle Adventure. I almost forgot the name of it, and I said the freaking title to Guns N' Roses song. Whatever. Anyways, Jungle Adventure, same thing. It's a little mysterious, but in the end, it ends up being the exact same thing. Same gameplay. It's repeated over and over again. So once you know everything, you're done. I don't want to go back. Same with Strangerville. You defeat the monster. You're really gonna play that over and over again? Like, I personally, I like where it was going. It just needs to be refined, man. I need something different. I don't know. I don't even know how you would fix it. But I understand people. Some people were like, the fact that we don't get it, period, it's like they're not even trying. But to be fair, I do think that's what they're trying to do with organizations, with the robotics class debate, and, like, I don't know what the other one is. I forget what it is. Anyways, but I think it was art class, I think. They're trying to make it more interactive with, like, groups and clubs and organizations, instead of having the same old class where it's just a professor standing in front of you. lecturing you. Honestly, I've been, like, I didn't go to college or university, but I did go to a community college, and it's not that fun. I don't know why you want to sit there with your sim. Like, that's the part of life that I don't want to imitate. Like, kind of like laundry day. People love laundry day for some reason, but honestly, like, to each their own. You know, if you love it, you love it. That's fine. I personally hate it. Why? I hate doing laundry in real life. Why the hell do I want to do laundry in The Sims 4? It's certain aspects, it's like the boring aspects of life. Like, why do I want to, well, I mean, I guess cleaning, but like, I don't know. It's just a give and take. It's what you feel, what you prefer, what you like. And personally, I don't like the tedious aspects of it. I don't want to sit there with my sim. Personally, I don't want to sit there with my sim and sit through a lecture, and it's just boring, a lecture of people speaking in Simlish, and it's just, I don't know. And it couldn't be like a big hall, like, you know, in universities, they have those big giant hall rooms, like, where there's a bunch of Sims seated around, and then just professor talking. Like, that's what I picture in universities. I had those. It was just always a projector on a screen, and a teacher going through slides and teaching you, and you writing down notes, and that's it. That's in tests and exams. That was it. So I don't know how interactive that can be, and especially because if it's a big hall like that, you can't fit that many Sims. Your Sims game will crash if it has that many Sims on a lot. So it obviously has to be scaled down to a smaller class size, and it still would be this. I don't know. It'd still be a Sims lecturing. I don't know. I don't want to sit through that. Point is, I don't like it. I don't need it. I don't want it. If you can refine that and fix it and make it seem more different, and like, obviously you can, because I don't know how you would code that and make it so different every single time. But if you could, that'd be exciting, and that'd be different. That would be expanding more on it. Anyways, I don't know. I've been rambling too much on it. People feel some type of way. If you are sad about it, I'm so sorry. I wish that everyone could have what it is that they want. But a rabbit hole is fine with me, and maybe interactive organizations is where they're trying to go, because we haven't seen that part yet. Maybe that's where they're trying to make up for the lack of interactive classroom. So anyways, I'm pretty sure we're going to get interactive organizations. So there's that. The whole bikes thing, I don't have that many news on that. I don't know if kids get to use the bikes. That's the big thing for me. I want everybody to be able to use the bikes, but I don't know yet, because young adults get everything, man. They're spoiled rotten. Also, you can transfer, I think. In the gameplay trailer, she made it seem like you can transfer. I'm not sure if that's a real thing, but she's like, I transferred from Foxbury to Brightchester. Girl, I don't know about that, but Foxbury to me seems like lit. I don't know about Brightchester. I don't know. I don't like that school. Anyways, I think you can, hopefully, because then you can maybe experience, if you want to experience both, you can go to either Foxbury and then be like, nah, this isn't for me, fam. I want to go to the next school. Then you could just transfer and go to Brightchester. So that'd be kind of cool. Then there's a secret society thing, which is interesting. I'm pretty sure it's just going to be like clubs. I don't know, the same old like handshakes, secret organization, something along those lines. I don't know. I feel like it's gonna be the same old boring interactions and stuff like that. And it's probably gonna be pretty easy to get into, because let's be honest, everything in The Sims 4 is pretty easy to do. It's just kind of handed to you. But anyways, there it is. We got a secret society. Don't know much about it yet, but hopefully we'll get more information on it soon. But I think that's it that I wanted to talk about when it comes to everything about The Sims 4. Again, this was very polarizing. Yeah, I love to chat about this. Whatever your opinion may be, keep it cute though. Keep it cute. Criticism is always welcome. And if you agree or disagree, whatever it may be, I'd love to hear about it. So that's it for this podcast. Oh my god, I've been yapping for almost 50 minutes. I'm telling you guys, if you let me go on and on and on, I will. So hopefully some of y'all are still listening by to this point, like you've reached the end and you're still here with me. Kudos to you and shout out to you, because thank you for listening to me, I guess. Anyways, oh my god, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here, because yeah, I just gotta go. Anyways, I don't know how to end these things. I never know how to end these things. So yeah, I hope you're having a great day wherever you are in the world, or great day, evening, night, wherever you are in the world. And I will hopefully talk to you guys very, very soon. Thank you so much. Bye, Simmers.